Hello, bonjour tout le monde. Welcome. Oh my goodness, Katie, I cannot believe we are entering preparations for the lucky number 7, International Women's Month in Canada's capital with all of our partners across the city, the province, the country, and increasingly around the world. Oh my gosh, what a journey. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, 7 years. I can think back to when the idea over a Christmas break came through on a
Yes.
text message. The excitement was boiling up in downtime. And then, just how many people came together, even just when we first had, our call for collaborators sitting around the boardroom table to today. It's unbelievable. 7 years later, unbelievable.
I know. Anchor 12 partners that first year. I remember securing our first keynote speaker, Monique Woodard. I remember calling you. I can see myself in San Francisco leaving a coffee meeting with her and being absolutely over the moon. And she is such an outstanding, stellar investor, human leader. So much respect, Monique. You know that you will always be an honorary citizen of Ottawa. And we are so proud to collaborate with you in so many ways. It's been a journey, and I want to first thank you, Katie, and our entire community, everyone who is here today. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for sharing our passion, for sharing our vision, for being a part of delivering the action on this goal, not just in a single day or a single month, but all year long. I really genuinely believe that Ottawa, together with so many collaborators, there's a national and a global ecosystem that are coming together. And that is needed more than ever right now with all the different challenges we face in our world. So I'm filled with gratitude, and I can't wait to jump in. Welcome to everyone who is new to International Women's Month. And we are going to jump into our PowerPoint. This is all about you. This is the community information session, our first one to kick off planning for International Women's Month 2025. What are we going to cover today with all of you? Our vision, goals, and target outcomes. We always like to do that recap, particularly for anyone who is new that is joining us, and all are welcome. We need champions and allies working together with us to drive that dial in meaningful ways. So we're very grateful to every single individual who's with us today and that will join us in this journey in 25 and beyond. We're going to do a little bit of background about International Women's Month as a whole and our upcoming announcement of featured leaders, initial events and sponsorship opportunities, how to contribute, support, and promote. This really is a grassroots effort, and we need everyone to support and to help champion those outcomes that we're striving for as a community. We're going to talk about our community-wide campaign. This is always one of the pinnacles and something that is really, really sought after in terms of new partners that are coming on board. We want to equip you to succeed, and next steps. And of course, we always host a second information session where we share additional information, more of the nuts and bolts that will really equip the champions that join us today. If I have one main message to leave with you, it's that International Women's Month is a powerful driver for long-term sustainable change. We're now in our 7th year. It builds on the momentum of everything you are all doing together with your teams, your communities, your organizations, and so many partners. This is just one step in a much larger journey that we are all committed to, and we're going to accelerate action. So a little bit of background. And I do see myself, Katie, sitting over Christmas at my sister's, thinking about all of the ways that we could shine a spotlight and really elevate, empower, and inspire women with action and tangible outcomes, and thinking a single day, it's just ludicrous because we do this work all year long. And there are so many organizations. Why would we force a choice to celebrate and to honor women leaders in all these spheres on a single day and not have the opportunity to give better lift and critical mass momentum as a community? So we fully respect and we honor March 8th as the designated day where the world celebrates the economic, social, cultural, and political achievements of women's. International Women's Day is a critically important day on our planet, and it is one that we honor and support, and we are building on it with International Women's Month. In Canada's capital, we join forces with people right across our region, our country, and around the world. We've had dozens of countries join us for different parts of events in the past 7 years, and we cannot wait to see that momentum continue to build. And it's an entire month of impactful initiatives, events, and opportunities that are dedicated to advancing these goals together as a community. And so members of our ecosystem, they come together, they participate in, benefit from, help to promote all of these integrated and targeted leadership events and initiative for women from every single walk of life. And that's another extremely important heart and soul of this initiative. All women are welcome, everyone who identifies as women. So we strive to create a critical mass of successful women leaders from every walk of life who significantly impact our economy and society. That has been our North Star, and it continues to be and will always be for this initiative. It's way more than a set of activities. And as I engage in discussions with different people around, what is this International Women's Month and why do you do it? What's it all about? It is a powerful driver for long-term sustainable change that we build on all year long, whether it's programs, events, guiding principles that we implement through policy-based action. It all builds together to drive towards that goal of elevating and empowering women leaders from every walk of life to drive the change and the impact that is needed in our society. And it can only come through collaboration. We believe that Canada's capital, together with so many collaborators in different jurisdictions and organizations, can lead the way for our country and the world. And I'm seeing it and I'm inspired by all of you every single day. And so we do create a call to action to join us to create this integrated, powerful wave of global action to drive the dial and to make sure that we don't slip back, that we continue driving forward. And I do see that as a genuine concern going forward into this very unique environment that we are all living through. Our objectives. We do want to establish Ottawa and by extension, Ontario and Canada as an internationally recognized region with a critical mass of top women leaders who significantly impact our economy and society. That means we're working together to create new opportunities for those women and driving action to help bring them to fruition. Secondly, to unite our community and spotlight, inspire, empower, and equip women in professional fields. And this is so here at Invest Ottawa, your lead economic development agency here in the capital, we are all about founders and companies. So we're excited about empowering women in tech, Main Street business, entrepreneurship, investment, together with our partners at the Capital Angel Network, industry more broadly. And that's everything from small to medium-sized companies, startups, scale-ups, multinationals, and all the collaborative ecosystem that supports those founders, as well as government, academia, research, media, and nonprofits. And that will take place throughout the entire month of March to make sure everyone has the opportunity to achieve their goals and shine a spotlight on the critically important work that they're undertaking in our community. Thirdly, to take strategic collaborative action that's needed right now. Those changes, those needs, they unfold every single year. I remember, Katie, during the pandemic, there were some very specific challenges that we were facing as a world and as a society that we really tried to harness a lot of resource, a lot of horsepower to address. And there are new challenges on the horizon, and they will continually evolve. And it's only by working together that we can drive constructive change, the right dialogue, and the right outcomes, step by step. And lastly, to leverage and harness the power of the collective resources and initiatives to create that critical mass and build a foundation for collaboration long-term on our shared goals. All the relationships that are built, all of the steps that we take together, they are not in isolation and they are not one-offs. They are part of a much larger plan and a much larger collective action that I certainly see with all kinds of organizations across the country, many of whom I know join us here today. We're so grateful. Target outcomes and impact. We have to be striving for something, and increasingly we are searching for ways to measure it meaningfully, whether it's as individual organizations like Invest Ottawa, individual regions like Canada's capital, or collectively all of the different events, initiatives, and campaigns that are undertaken by partners that join us in International Women's Month every year. That's strategic, coordinated community action that drives truly tangible, measurable outcomes and impacts. New opportunities for women. And that can look very different depending upon the sphere, the type of interest that you have, whether it's creating mentorship opportunities, chance to connect with new talent, new investors, grow your business, address a challenge that you're facing. There are many, many different ways. And I love that about this month. Benefits and impact for current and aspiring women leaders. We are really passionate about the next generation. And I know there's organizations that join us here today, like Elevate International, our post-secondary institutions, so many others, Mind Trust Leadership, that are really looking to take that next generation and help them to bring their dreams to reality. All these women leaders that are doing such incredible things in their spheres, whether it's through the educational system, mentoring, extracurricular activities, pursuing all of these big, bold goals and driving genuine action on them. We need to fuel those women. And that's something that is very important to us as part of this month. Demonstrated in collaborative action from champions and allies from women from every walk of life, men, women, and non-binary individuals working together to drive that change. It will only happen if we come together as one. I love this slide. And Katie, I think this is one of the most important pieces of work we've ever undertaken with our Women Founders and Owners subcommittee, with SheBoot, and so many expert advisors with lived experience. We are here for all women. What do we mean by that? I really want to take a moment to unpack this. Women refers to all individuals who identify as women. This includes women of color, transgender women, women with gender diverse identities, including gender non-conforming and non-binary diverse identities. This is so important. We know gender is fluid and can change throughout one's lifetime. We are here for everyone who identifies as a woman. These women have been historically and systematically excluded from so many different mainstream programs, services, and opportunities. We certainly at Invest Ottawa, at SheBoot, and many of the programs and services that we deliver, we know that this is a work in progress. It is something that requires dedication, consultation, listening, and collaboration with people from lived experience to ensure that we're delivering the right programs and services in the right way that meet the needs of all of those members of our community. It's a journey. We thank you for your patience. We thank you for your commitment. And we are excited to continue driving forward on that goal. We are making a concerted effort to prioritize equity, access, and inclusion in everything we do. And that includes International Women's Month. We want to respect and affirm all of the unique needs, lived experiences, and in some cases, we know we're not currently well equipped to address all these unique needs, but it is a work that we are committed to, and we are going to leverage the diversity of our incredible partners and networks, our DE&I experts, and all of our generous, committed community to do our very best to continue taking strides forward, to listening and to taking action together with you and for you, listening and learning to help everyone to thrive. Champions and allies, we are calling on you. It is action that we definitely need, and we need your support. Every year we do this call to help us spread the word, to create a truly inclusive month that fuels impact all year long. We are all better together, and it will take all of us working together to drive this critical dial, and we invite all champions and allies to join us. Collaboration drives success. So if you haven't had that message really resonate just yet, to add this slide, right, Katie, to make sure that you know that this is a grassroots initiative. This is not Invest Ottawa's initiative. We are honored to support all of you, to help empower and elevate all of the action we can. But this is a grassroots initiative. It is a community-driven initiative. It is not an IO initiative. And I just want to highlight some of the incredible outcomes that you helped to deliver in 2024. 1 month of city, provincial, and national programming to catalyze action, increased impact and reach through sponsorship. And we were very grateful to have BBC on board last year for the second year as a critical sponsor that was supporting nationwide 30 cost-free and accessible events serving a variety of sectors, 1,000+ podcast streams, and effective branding, increasing visibility for all of you, your organizations, and most importantly, the current and future women leaders that you're supporting, that you're empowering, that you're working so hard to elevate every single day. 16,000 webpage views. Katie's going to walk you through all of the different assets that we create every year. Big shout out and kudos to our marketing and communications team for their brilliant work for creating a brand we believe is so powerful and so reflective of the attributes we strive for this initiative to embody, and inclusivity being at the heart of that. New audiences. We reached out to new groups, to new people, to new organizations, to new regions and territories, thousands of participants from over 15 countries. I am so, so proud of that reach, and I thank all of you for helping us to achieve that. And 30+ community partners make it all possible. So let's continue growing that partnership and continuing to drive this dial on this very important shared goal. Building on Anchor 6 years. As I say, it's almost impossible for me to believe, and it makes me feel so emotional. We're going into our 7th year. This little idea that I truly wasn't certain would catch and build this kind of momentum and this kind of support and spirit. So very, very grateful. And we strive to achieve even greater impact in 2025 and beyond, engaging and empowering more women from every walk of life, addressing the current and future key challenges to equip women leaders in this generation and future generations for success, generating even greater provincial, national, and global participation with an integrated wave of action. Why is that so important? The more we come together as one region, one country, one world, the more opportunity we create for all the women collectively that we support, whether they're in business, seeking investment, looking for mentors, for new talent, for new opportunities. Opportunity is national, it's global. And so the more connections and brokering we can do, the greater impact we will have. Increasing community awareness always, meaningful engagement, lots of calls to action, bringing together people who are united in this goal, explicitly including men, because men are an absolutely critical part of this equation and part of the success that we continue to strive to achieve. Catalyzing demonstrated support, real action from champions and allies with examples that we can highlight, that we can speak to, that are really linked to opportunities and concrete outcomes. Some of the great examples, as I pause here and think about some of the ways, male allies, whether it's Nick Quain in our entrepreneurship programming, or Michael Tremblay, our former CEO, or so many of the other incredible male allies who are part of our partner organizations. They take time to mentor women, to open doors, to teach them different things about their business, about a sector that maybe they didn't have before, increasing their negotiation skills and powers. I'm just thinking of so many different engagements that I've personally been involved in. And that's just me. I'm just one human. When I think about that catalytic effect, the more men that we can engage in this journey, the stronger and the more impact we will achieve together. And measuring and promoting increasingly the outcomes and the impact of individual events and the work that we do together through IWM more broadly. Branding our collaboration. I think I'm about to hand over to Katie after this slide, and she definitely is going to walk you through how we translate that branding of our collaboration into action and aim to support all of you in the work that you do. Our goal to establish key attributes that guide our messaging, visual imagery, choices, and actions to create the desired experience and achieve our shared objectives. And again, just a huge shout out and thank you to our entire Invest Ottawa marketing and communications team, because they have driven and put their heart and souls into this work for you and for all the women that we support from every walk of life. I'm a big believer that it's brand attributes that get translated into action that create that experience. So what exactly are the brand attributes that we build into International Women's Month? These are the traits, characteristics, and qualities associated with this special month and the work we do all year long that resonate with you, our collaborative community, throughout the entire IWM. And those attributes that we designed and developed with you in that first critical year, that foundational year: collaboration, success and impact, and I'll call it authentic impact, drive and action, bringing our passion to bear and translating it into something real, bravery and courage, because so many women that I know, and there would be hundreds that I would identify by name, so I can't even attempt that, because I would most certainly just thank you to every woman who has been in my life and in the lives of so many across our community, locally, nationally, and globally, who are driving and demonstrating that role model, that behavior, those decisions, those actions, and demonstrating courage and bravery every day. Strength. There's so much inherent strength in women that I am in admiration of, and the passion to really get things done and to drive change. This is the attribute set that underpins everything that we do together. Oh, Katie, featured leaders. They're amazing, right? Katie,
absolutely.
I need to give this over to you because you helped to create this very concept. We're not going to announce today, but maybe you can give some of the excitement around.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Sonia. Yes, our featured leaders. This is a really special and important component to International Women's Month. Our featured leaders embody exactly what Sonia was just covering, the brand and the attributes. These are folks in our ecosystem making a difference, taking charge, and who are really having impact, but we're keeping it a secret for now. We're really excited. We're thinking, as the holidays approach, we're better off to announce and really highlight the amazing featured leaders that have been selected this year in January. So you do have to wait. Sorry for those who are feeling a little eager and impatient. I know I am every single year, but really just the phenomenal people who have been engaged over the last 7 years, who have become the faces and the representatives of International Women's Month. And not only that, we get to learn from them and learn with them throughout the month. So it's just amazing to see how involved they are, and really taking charge and getting to show us what it means to be a representative for International Women's Month. So we're excited. So that's coming in January. So you'll have to attend our next session. We do want to cover, a lot of this was covered by Sonia already, but I want to just highlight the promotional strategy. So of course, our goal when we think about just strictly the promotional strategy is to be consistent. It's to promote individual events the initiatives that are going on, and also the opportunities. A lot of people announce amazing opportunities for women leaders in our ecosystem during March. We want to highlight those and amplify those and reach more folks. So really our goal is to just be consistent and to support one another. Our target audience, collaborators, allies, champions, as Sonia said, but these are folks who are aligned with exactly what we want to do. Those that are seeking opportunities to drive the growth and success of current and aspiring professional women leaders. Again, that's across industry, across sector, but are all behind that idea. Our objectives, so we want to catalyze awareness and meaningful engagement. As Sonia emphasized, authentic and really meaningful engagement is what we're looking for. We want to enlist more allies and champions because that's really what will drive sustainable change. And thinking about 7 years, sustainability of this initiative has just been incredible. And it's because of all of you. Every December, every January, February, March, I'm just reminded as to how many people are committed to what we're trying to achieve through International Women's Month. And it's that sustainable drive that really is pushing for change. And I believe that anyone who has been involved in International Women's Month or who has been a part of our city and broadly our ecosystem has seen the impact of what International Women's Month can do and what all of our consistent efforts can do. So we want to continue to drive that. We want to create as many opportunities for women in leadership as possible. And again, the featured leaders was a part of that idea. We didn't want to use stock images. We wanted to use folks that were really making a change. We wanted to feature them, highlight them, and as I said, learn and grow from them. And that's a really good example of how we can continue to spotlight these folks who are really incredible and making a difference. And we can really be motivated and driven from what they do. And we want to grow the number of women leaders broadly across our community. Of course, that's always the outcome goal. Our initial tactics. So we want to make a really big splash together. And as Sonia said, the Invest Ottawa marketing team has just done such an incredible job to capture what we seek to capture through the material branding of International Women's Month. And together, if we all unite and we really utilize that, we can make a really big splash online and then just amplify that impact. We want to consistently drive, so just really basic efforts to drive to the IWM page. That's where we're going to be including all of the events. That's where we're going to be including additional resources and also information. And so we want to make, we want to up those visits. So we want to drive people to the website. We want to utilize the hashtag. We really support International Women's Day. That's, why this idea came to be and why we continue every year to push. So we want to make sure not only to utilize our hashtags, but also to capitalize on the incredible messaging efforts and resources that are available through International Women's Day website. And that's utilizing, their hashtag as well and sharing their great content too. So we do that alongside all of that we do for International Women's Month. And then amplify, promote, and engage in collective initiatives, whether that's being just physically present, joining online, participating and sharing messaging, engaging your colleagues, friends, family, whoever it might be, just continuing to push for engagement. Our resources. So I'll include some visuals coming up in the next couple of slides so you actually see what it looks like. A lot of you are familiar at this point, but we have resources available to you. Those will really be able to be utilized by each one of our collaborators in January. So in our rollout of the actual International Women's Month campaign, it's really three-pronged. So we want to engage folks, we want to inform folks. So we share a lot of really important information to understand the status of women generally. And of course, Invest Ottawa focuses on the angle of entrepreneurship and innovation, but really we're able to educate and across the board by sharing real data and research and equipping folks with that information and then going for action. So that's what you'll see roll out in terms of our promotional strategy, and you're able to build on that and amplify that great content. So we'll launch in June 2025. I can't believe it's 2020.
Right.
wild. If I say 2024, excuse me. It's just because my brain hasn't caught up to the fact that we're at 2025. But we're going to launch the IWM campaign in 2025, promoting our community calendar, and then promoting and participating in individual events that are happening throughout the month. We have our webpage. We have the calendar of events, which is obviously the most exciting landing page year over year. Right now, you can go on the website, and if anybody is curious to know more about International Women's Month, for the folks that are new on this call, you can land on that page and see all of what took place, over 30 events, all of what took place last March, to get a sense of what's to come this March, which will all be updated coming January. Submit your events. So get us your events, get that information to us, because we have, a large newsletter subscription. We have the calendar on the website, and we want to be highlighting what it is you're doing and driving the right audience to participate in your initiatives. We have branding available. So it's literally as easy as copy and paste. We wanted to make sure that folks can brand their content with the International Women's Month branding. I'll show you what that looks like soon. But it's really easy as opening up a Canva link and editing and adding your logo, editing and adding your speakers, whatever might work for you. But it's that cross promotion of the International Women's Month branding as well as your organizational branding. And then we've got lots of engaging content. And again, there's a link which we'll make available to the International Women's Day website. Okay, so we started a new strategy, I think it was last year.
Yes.
Am I correct, Sonia? Right. So the Invest Ottawa team shared a SharePoint landing page. This made it so that it was one quick link where you could open up a landing page and you could access all of the assets for International Women's Month and the resources. This was really utilized by our community and just made us that much more efficient. So we've decided we're going to do that again, which is great. And it really just is designed to just speed up the process. I think also the marketing team understands some of the pains that marketers out there in our ecosystem face, and just broadly teams in general. So we wanted to make it as simple and as easy as possible for all of you. We introduced so International Women's Month. We've been calling it International Women's Week. I think most of the folks listening right now know this. It first launched as it moved from a day to a week to 2 weeks, pushing it into month plus. So last year we really just embraced the reality of the fact that this was International Women's Month. We had been joking and teasing about it, I think, for a few years at that point. Yes. But finally we leaned into that. So we have our logos available. We have the colors available. So making it as easy as copy and paste in terms of coding, so that you can really utilize the colors that we use to amplify International Women's Month. We have graphic templates, social media copy and paste packages, really, again, making it as easy as possible. And last year we introduced a badge. So this was one way so that if you were hosting an International Women's Month event, or you had an initiative that was associated with International Women's Month, you could just drop this badge already onto your own branding, just to indicate that connection. And lots of folks use that. We loved it. I love to see it. And again, it's just a way to show that collaborative community initiative. And it includes, partners, individual ecosystem leaders, whatever that might be, whatever it is you're doing, you can utilize the badge. And then this is an example of just a simple basic template, which again, you can open up in Canva and copy and paste. Another really great aspect of International Women's Month, which again, you'll be able to learn so much from our featured leaders, because we're once again partnering with Naomi Haile. Yay for the Power of Why podcast. We were first fans of Naomi's podcast outside of International Women's Month, and it became, just a dream and such clear alignment to partner with her. We've been doing that for years now. Our featured leaders, you can go back, listen to amazing episodes. Susan Odles is standing out to me from last year. I think I've listened 3 times at this point. But yeah, so if we're really just proud to again be working with Naomi, and also just again to be able to feature our featured leaders and share amazing content. So it's not only spreading the message of International Women's Month, but providing resources that people can learn from as we go. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to Sonia to talk a little bit about some events that are coming up that were confirmed.
Every year as we ramp into December, we do a little bit of legwork. We chat with some of our, partners that have been part of this journey from literally day one. And we also look and working together with our teams, in particular at Invest Ottawa, on some of the events that we know are going to build on our strategic plan objectives, support the clients we serve, add value to the community. So a big thank you to everyone who has been a part of just this initial list. Look at this as your teaser. This is just the start. That's what I want to emphasize. So we are going to, as we always do, kick off International Women's Month. We're super excited and honored to welcome you all to Bayview Yards for the F Factor Fueling Founders on March 3rd. And oh, Katie, do we have a keynote? We've confirmed our keynote. We can't share it just yet. We're going to do some big promotion, but I'm tingling at how excited I am and how honored we are. So to that founder, thank you.
Dream come true.
It is a dream come true. It absolutely is. So stay tuned if that gives you a little bit of excitement and something really, really inspirational to look forward to. On the 4th of March, really grateful, our great partners at Capital Angel Network and SheBoot in partnership with us at Invest Ottawa, hosting our, I think, 7th, or maybe it's even 8th, because we did do some angel investor breakfasts outside of International Women's Month. Really big goal to help continue attracting more women angels and investors into our ecosystem so that we can see more women founders get funded. That is something that is so critically important. Research shows that that is what occurs when we get more women on that side of the table. So we share that objective and applaud our Capital Angel Network and SheBoot partners in that goal. I hope Solange is with us. We chatted this weekend. I am so excited that International Women's Day on Parliament Hill taking place on March 6th. That is because International Women's Day, the 8th, is on Saturday. So definitely wanted to make sure that everyone knew that, of course, we will all celebrate in different ways on the actual day of the 8th. But Solange is pulling her incredible community together. That is a landmark event and something that we're very privileged to be engaged in. Leaders creating a more sustainable world. So this has been one that really looks at the incredible impact of women on sustainable development goals, whether it's a cleaner world, a healthier world, healthier women, children, planet, environmental impacts. How do we look at responsible technology implementation? There are so many facets and there are so many timely themes and questions that we can unpack together with our partners. Very, very excited for this event. This was one of the breakout events really a couple of years ago with our scale-up partners. Super excited. And also working on building a successful e-commerce business with our partners at Futurepreneur. Very excited to see that our Small Business Enterprise Center coming together with other partners is going to deliver this once again this year as a Sanka set, a 5 to 7. Really, really engaging and something that I'm very, very excited about. And then when we take a look, I do want to highlight a couple of other events that are still in progress, and one that I'm really, really passionate about. And we don't lead it, but we certainly support it. And we love our collaboration with Ottawa, the Indigenous Business Hub. And we are working through the specific date. We're very grateful that Magnolia, Sunshine, the incredible leaders at Ottawa, are going to host another Indigenous women founders and business owners healing circle. And I really should have affirmed at the very beginning of this call, and it was a big misstep on my side. I do want to acknowledge that the land on which we are gathering here is the unceded, unsurrendered traditional territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people. We are so grateful to have the opportunity to be present in this territory and come together as a community. And more broadly, because I know that we have partners right across the country and around the world, I want to respect and affirm the inherent and treaty rights of all Indigenous peoples across this land. We recognize the contribution of Métis, Inuit, and all Indigenous peoples have and continue to make both in shaping and strengthening our community and our country as a whole. We are thrilled that there will be another Indigenous women founders and business owners healing circle. We thank you, Magnolia, Sunshine, and the entire team that will create that meaningful event. And we applaud you and we thank you for the incredible impact that you're having on our region. Date is not yet known. Stay tuned. There will be more to come on that. Just want to reiterate that we call all champions and allies from every walk of life to help us achieve even greater impact together. We are better together. It will take everyone working together to drive this dial, especially now. We invite all champions and allies to join us, including men, women, and gender nonconforming individuals and people. All are welcome. One main message: everyone is welcome. You belong here. There is a spot for everyone in International Women's Month. We are all one community and one world, and we need you. Please help us spread the word and create a truly inclusive month that creates a sense of belonging for everyone and that fuels our impact together all year long. Let's make our 7th year our best year yet. Oh,
yay!
Oh, Katie, I think you're
Yep.
covering next steps.
Yeah, I'm going to cover some next steps, and this is just to reiterate, some of what we've or what we've already covered. But we're checking the box on hosting our first community information session, which again I cannot believe we're here, but so exciting. So after today, this will be available through YouTube. So if folks weren't able to attend, or if you have friends who you want to get this out to, or colleagues you want to get this out to, you can always share the link. So we'll make sure that the recording is available. We will be hosting a second information session. So that's where we get into more of the nuts and bolts, as Sonia had said. That will take place in January. We'll provide an update really shortly on that exact date and time, but just know it's coming in January, and you'll have lots of resources readily available for you. We're going to launch our tiered campaign in January. That's where we need your help. So we're going to be pushing and promoting the IWM branding. We're going to be highlighting our featured leaders. We're going to be announcing some really exciting speakers. Yeah, we're going to drive our audiences to the collective community calendar. That's key. And then just promoting the initiatives, the websites, all that's taking place, and all that our broader community can participate in. So that will really kick off. We'll kick into high gear when it comes to when January comes. And for next steps, I'll cover off a couple of these. So visit the website and submit your events. I'm sure there's folks on this call that have events ready in the queue. We want to get those submitted into our, simple link online. If you have any issues at all, you can, of course, outreach to us directly. But if you have those web pages, Eventbrites, whatever it might be, we want to get that up there. I know every single year Carleton does events around International Women's Month. That's a great example. About this time we connect and we get those promoted. We want to make sure those are available online. So just submit your events through the online portal. Should be quite simple. Access the SharePoint site. So again, that's coming in January. Download our branded assets and share content. Utilize that badge. Again, sticking with your own branding, but having that badge an indication that you're part of International Women's Month. Share, share, share. And then, of course, most importantly, we want you to participate. So we want you to be there online or in person, and really engaging and being a participant, because you cannot explain the energy around International Women's Month unless you're there. We'll have a little teaser video, so it always gets people excited. We've got some fun, music to go along with it. But once you're there in person, you really get a true sense of what International Women's Month is all about. So make sure to register and participate. And off to you, Sonia.
There's something for everyone, right? There's something for everyone, Katie. Like there is many different events. That's the entire reason we love International Women's Month. No matter what kind of impact you're looking to have, no matter what your vision and mission, your sector, your industry, your goals, there's something for you. You can come and learn. Maybe it's new connections and a new journey that you never ever thought you would take, or getting deeper into a sector or an industry or an opportunity field that you're so passionate about, and looking how you can bring your expertise to bear. It's just a wealth of opportunity. And I love that. And it's created by the whole community. And one phrase that's how has always stood out, and Jennifer Francis, I know you're on this call, see her, be her. There is an opportunity for us to hold up not just our featured leaders, and let me tell you, they are all amazing leaders. The 5, I'm just tingling with how honored and privileged we are to collaborate with them in so many different ways. But you can have leadership from any role, from any position. It doesn't take a title, a salary, years of experience. you can lead right where you are. And I see it. I see it through so many of the women champions and allies that work with us every single day. And our goal is to elevate those examples so that others can be inspired and we create that wave of action that follows. So I'm just thrilled. I think we should address some common questions, Kate,
Sure.
as we think about International Women's Month. We have been really privileged at Invest Ottawa. So many amazing humans reach out and want to collaborate with us and want to get us engaged in their events. And, we would love to do all of them. Our capacity, unfortunately, and out of the respect for my colleagues and how hard they work on so many big goals that are part of our strategic and annual operating plans, I regret that we're not able to say yes to all of those opportunities. We commit to a set of events that directly serve some of the vision, mission goals that we have as an organization, that are part of our contracts, that really build out the clients that we serve. But what we can do is broker connections and help you to meet new people that perhaps could be that ideal partner, could support. For us, we will always have that webpage, that calendar, that incredible overview of the promotional and social media, all those templates, content. And we aim to elevate everything that happens during International Women's Month, including all of your events. But I ask for your grace and your understanding and your thanks for all of the times that we might not be able to support or to collaborate in the exact way that we might be requested to, but that no, we are behind you. We are going to amplify you. And we thank you for leading the way in your sector, in your field, in your organization, for being a part of this. And we will always do our best to connect you with like-minded people who will champion, that could jump in, that could support, and give your event lift. I just really wanted to take a moment because I know I personally receive an awful lot of those requests, and I thought this would be an ideal time to share some of that important background.
Yeah, I thank you so much for sharing that, Sonia, because it is important. And I think anyone who has ever met you knows that if you could do every single event, be present at every single event, champion every single event, you absolutely would. But our organization is behind you as a whole, and I just want to emphasize as well, signaling to our community broadly that you're involved in International Women's Month, that you want to be involved by amplifying the content. I have heard from so many of our partners that ended up, or collaborators, I should say, that ended up partnering because of their mission and vision for International Women's Month, what they wanted to achieve. Really aligned, and it just made sense, and it ended up evolving into these really amazing events that took place, and in one circumstance even a scholarship that ended up being launched. And so there's ways where connections are made by those signaling that they're invested in International Women's Month, that they want to be a part of the initiative, and also just vocalizing what they would like to do. There's other ways for folks to combine efforts, in addition to how Invest Ottawa will always continue to amplify those efforts and initiatives that take place. So yeah, love it.
It is really my favorite time of year. I know the holidays are a very precious time, and we all need rest and recuperation. I hope everyone on this call takes that time to celebrate loved ones, be with people you love, do things you love, and take that rest and respite that I think everyone needs after a very dynamic year, and certainly 2025 gearing up to be what looks like an even more dynamic year, even today, just a very dynamic day in Canada. And I think we all need that time. And boy, when we come back, we are going to be so excited to collaborate with all of you and just do everything we can to bring all of your vision and the impact that I believe we can continue having to bear, not just in the month of March, but working in collaboration all year long. And again, so many women who inspire me every single day. I could never identify them all, but I know many of them are on this call, and many of them will be amplifying. Many of them will be part of events and sharing events and creating events and campaigns and opportunities for impact. And just thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is a part of my heart. It's a part of Invest Ottawa's vision, mission, mandate. From a diversity, equity, and inclusion journey we are on with all of you to support people from every single walk of life. And this is all about those amazing individuals who identify as women that strive to increase their leadership and their impact on our world. And you're helping to do that. We couldn't do this without you. Katie, I think we don't have any chat questions even from YouTube. Audrey's on, and she's sharing some details that are being requested. Hopefully, this provides your first taste and your first exciting peek into what International Women's Month will be all about in 2025. Of course, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn through any one of the mechanisms on social media. We'll be promoting this session broadly, and we're very excited to hear from you. And even more, we're very excited to collaborate with you on this shared goal. Katie, any final thoughts you would like to leave with our audience?
No, just I am so excited and cannot wait to see what comes out of our 7th year. And thank you all. This is just an absolute privilege to be involved in International Women's Month, and I hope you feel that too. Have a
Thank you
great day.
so much. Merci. Miigwech. Can't wait. Here's to 2025.